I don't know what's going on lately. It's been crazy over here. Neighbors and shit. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I wish I cared more. Congrats, Justin. I mean, have you seen the people who have won? I mean, the St. Louis Blues is like a big deal because they used to be really shitty. Yeah. that's funny. Yeah, I know Americans win it quite a bit. Yeah. But Canada, the only, yes, it's a stereotype, and also Canada destroys in the Olympics. Yeah. All right. We're streaming live. Are you? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna. That sounds good. I've also got a water. You were wasted before we started. Yeah, this year E3 was not particularly great. I don't know where you want to start. Hello everyone, welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week friends gather around talking about games they've been playing and the E3 going on in our lives. Today I have with me Justin. And Ben. Oh, yeah, that thing exists. Man, E3 was a bummer this year, wasn't it? Well, I wouldn't say it's a total bummer. It's just like it was very here you go. You know, it was very uneventful. Yeah.
Than it has been in years. That's just me, though. I mean, people were hyped going into it, but like once it started, then like all until Tuesday rather, then that hype kind of went away, and everybody was just like, "It's work."
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it seemed like they cared. Like, there was a lot of work
No,
put
sure,
in, like
sure, sure.
Microsoft conference. Square had some good presence there.
Sure.
Like, the people that actually showed up and had conferences, like even EA, like EA Play was bad this year, but they had a really cool like stage setup with like kind of different scenes for each game and that kind of thing. But there wasn't enough to show to justify the spectacle.
Yeah,
Right.
I
They
mean,
only had
we're in
one
that
thing, really.
end of the generation, which is so fucking weird to say.
Yeah. and pretty much everything that was shown, except for like Nintendo stuff, is 2020. So I think that's
Pretty
why
much.
it felt a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk more about E3 stuff later on in the program. Just saying what's our top picks, I guess.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with what we've been playing like we normally do. So Justin, what have you been playing?
I've actually been playing quite a bit of just random things, but I'll mostly touch on a few newer things. So I've been, doing more Final Fantasy VII. I'm at the end of Midgar, like up in the Shinra HQ. I just haven't like finished it yet. Last time I quit, I just got Red 13 and all that. Still good. Still liking the new script. The characters feel like they have a little less personality because like it is rewritten by a person, but it makes a lot more sense than the original script did. I've also been continuing on my Mario RPG run. I took a break yesterday, I guess, as of this recording, for some Cadence of Hyrule, which I'll get to in a bit. But my goal was to beat that game before Mario Maker 2 comes out. So that, like, the next stream after Mario Maker 2, I can, like, do some creator levels and stuff. That's in 2 weeks. So I'm probably not going to beat Mario RPG before Mario Maker 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Because I took this week off. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not as far as I would like to be in that game. Also, there was Fallout 76. That was announced as free for a week following E3. So me and Thomas and my friends Chris and Patrick all joined up together and had a lot of fun with it, actually. I really like the character creator in that game. Like, it feels like it has a lot more depth to it than Fallout 4 did. Like, there's still kind of limited hairstyles and stuff. My friends were making fun of me because my character has hair. And I was like, I hate games where, like, there is no bald option. There's, like, the close cut, but there's no bald. Like, how hard is it to not program hair on a character?
Right?
It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So whenever it's just, like, the close cut, I'm like, no, I'm going to give him hair. Like, they can't look like me. I'm just going to do hair. It's fine. Like, so I gave him kind of a Conan coif. I actually really like the look. And there's, like, some really nice elements of, like, scars and, like, pox marks and, like, freckles and dirt and just, like, a lot of really cool things to kind of diversify the character and stuff. And the game itself, it's Fallout 4 with multiplayer, basically. Like, it's the same engine.
With MMO mechanics.
What?
With MMO mechanics.
Yeah. That's kind of where the multiplayer comes in.
Yeah.
But they changed the VATS, which I don't really understand. Like, it doesn't slow down time anymore. And switching out the body parts feels a little clunky because you're doing it basically in real time as the enemies are running towards you. So I just don't really use VATS.
They should have just gotten rid of it altogether, honestly.
I think they should have.
Because I'm not using it at all, honestly.
Yeah. If I remember reviews early on, that was one of the more odd problems that first came out. It can't work in like a real time where everything is constantly moving.
Because they're chasing you, and like the percentages are constantly changing as they're. So it's like you're not really aiming at anything.
Yeah.
No.
And it seems like by the time you actually like select what you want and hit, you've missed your shot. So like that's where the AP comes in, like your action points. I think that's the only thing it's used for, that and running. And you don't really use VATS. But like the shooting in the game isn't bad either. So it's like you don't need VATS that much either. I actually think the shooting feels a lot better.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like the main things holding that game back, I think, are the Fallout elements. Because it's fun to play with friends and like run around and do missions and kill robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The lack of NPCs is weird. Like it's a lot of holotapes and dead characters.
Yep.
It's like you have to track down a survivor and they're dead, but they left their last words as a holotape.
Yeah.
So you just listen to that. That gives you the quest line. Like that stuff's kind of dumb.
Yep.
But just running around in the world with friends is really fun.
And I like the world more than Boston.
Yeah, for sure. Fallout 4 felt bad. Like it just wasn't an interesting world to explore. Yeah. And the perk system is kind of cool. Like the way they did the special in this one, because every time you level up, you get like a selection of cards, and every few levels you get like a card pack, so you get more than just one. And those packs, like you automatically own them. but you have to like have a certain number, like a certain level to each of your special skills to be able to put that many cards in there. So if like your endurance is a 3, you can put 3 cards under the endurance.
Yeah.
And so like you can kind of mix and match that. You can take them off as needed as you get other ones that you want more of,
Yep.
things like that. And those are the kind of things that would have been your like your level up bonuses in past games that were set. This one kind of lets you mix and match as needed for different situations.
Yeah, it makes respecking.
And once they figured it out, it was actually really cool.
Yeah, it makes respecking more experimental. Like, if you want to mess around with some other build that you have an idea of, you could swap out and swap back in. Yeah,
exactly.
It's pretty cool.
But then there's some weird choices. Like, you can't... Only one person at a time can use, like, the crafting tables.
Yeah.
So, in an online multiplayer game, where you're encouraged to, like, play with other people, you just have to wait for them to finish crafting so that you can use the table.
Yeah.
Like, instance things like that are bad.
Yeah. They try to solve the problem by having multiple ones of those, but that doesn't really help in some cases where there's only one bench.
Yeah, and half the time it's like there'll be multiple, but they're different kinds of benches. So if you just need to scrap stuff, that's fine. You can go to any bench. But like I spent forever when we were playing trying to find an armor bench, and I didn't find one until after y'all left, and I like finished that quest on my own. And like at the end of the quest line, in a random room, there was an armor bench. So I was like, okay, cool, now I can do it. And I go in there, and the new thing that I had gotten was a level 10 armor, so I couldn't even craft it.
Yeah.
So there's weird gated stuff in there, and it's like the interface is still bad. Like the Pip-Boy is not good, and it's even worse when you can't really pause the game.
Yeah.
Like you go into your Pip-Boy and you navigate everything, but the game's happening around you still.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's the problem is like I like the game, like playing the game with people. I just don't really like the Fallout elements of it, and it's a Fallout MMO, so that inherently like affects the quality of it. But being tied to the Fallout 4 engine is the worst part of it. But yeah, aside from that, like I said, I played some Cadence of Hyrule. That came out yesterday, and I streamed it instead of Mario RPG because I didn't know when I'd have another chance. It's super fun. Like, I talked about Crypt of the Necrodancer a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, I guess, to kind of like get ready for this release. And I expected it to be basically a Crypt of the Necrodancer, like, spin-off with Zelda graphics and stuff. Like, just playing that kind of, like, you know, you go through a run, you go multiple floors of a dungeon, or, like, you know, of rooms, basically, like, just disconnected rooms, as Zelda characters, using those items instead, and when you die, they run ends, and that's it. But it's really not. It's actually more of, like, a Zelda game with Crypt of the Necrodancer elements. Because you have, like, an overworld Hyrule map that is generated at the time of your start. Every time you die, you lose your rupees, any keys you have, and any, like, buffs. So, like, your, you know, like, boots, rings, that kind of thing, like, from Crypt of the Necrodancer, that kind of stuff that you pick up, you lose. But those are also temporary anyway, because they have, like, kind of a stamina on them, or a durability, I guess. So you keep everything else, like, any weapons you pick up. So, like, in the past, you would start with, like, just your normal, like, little dinky weapon thing. And then you could get, like, a wide sword that does, like, a swath of 3 across, a long sword that does, like, 2 out, and a few other things, kind of were variations of that. In this one, you have, like, 5 weapon slots on the side, and you just get them. Like, you buy them, and they're yours. So I can actually toggle between, like, the normal sword, the wide sword, and the long sword, depending on what the situation calls for, even after I've just died. And that makes a huge difference on a new run. Also, like, items that you get, like bombs, bow and arrow, that kind of thing, you keep. Just like in a Zelda game. You find them in the dungeons, you keep them. Same with, like, spells and stuff like that. There's heart pieces on the world map. There's other, like, kind of hidden bosses, shops, like, you know, potion stores, all that stuff. You buy bottles, you put potions in those, you die, you keep them. Like, all of those elements are there. Although I think, technically, with the potions, like, when you die, it just uses the potion automatically, so technically you lose it, because it lets you keep going. The only thing that sucks is, like, when you get a good run of, like, 1,000 or more rupees, and you die before you find a shop. Because, like I said, the map is actually static. It's randomly generated when you start, but once the map is generated, it's set until like that. If you start a new game, then it randomly generates again. But each time you die, it's the same. So like every time you go through a panel, that panel is the way it was last time. And the goal is just like any other Zelda game to finish all the dungeons, get the pieces like the MacGuffins, and then stop the bad guy, who in this case is like kind of a musical looking body, like body from Minish Cap. Kind of looks like him, but he has like an evil instrument thing that like enchants the whole kingdom of Hyrule. Like it puts Link to sleep, or whoever you start as. I started as Zelda, so it put Link to sleep. You have to like wake him up to unlock him, and then you can toggle between the characters. Each one has their own special abilities. Like Link has the shield and the spin attack. Zelda has Naru's Love, which is kind of a conditional shield, and then Dense Fire, which is like a ranged fire attack. So there's actually benefits to using different characters. Supposedly you get a few others. I only have those two right now, but I assume you get Cadence at least at some point. She's like the hero of Crypt of the Necrodancer. But yeah, it's really fun. And just like in Crypt of the Necrodancer, where like there's the bard character that lets you play the game without the rhythm elements, this one you can just go into the options and turn off the beat. It's like you still, you move grid by grid, but instead of like everything moving to the beat, where like if you stand still, the enemies keep moving, the enemies move and you move. So I actually like that a lot more. I couldn't do the beat. Part of it was because I was streaming, so it was kind of hard to track that many things at once, like trying to talk about stuff and play the game to the beat, and yeah, I kept screwing up. But also, I don't really like it. Like I was talking to someone on Reddit today, and they were like making fun. They're like, "Why would you play a rhythm game without the rhythm? That's like playing a shooter game without shooting." I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. Like this game is more than just the beat. And even without that, it's still a rhythm-based game because it kind of turns like the combat into puzzles, where you're moving the grid, trying to match up to their location on the grid, like a chessboard almost, and attack them at the right time to not take damage when you hit them. I guess it's a different kind of combat than like Zelda. You just don't have to worry about moving to the beat. That's the only difference. Nothing else is different. So like, it's just a personal preference, really, whether you want to have to deal with always having to move. Like, for me, if I want to move through a map and not attack the enemies, like if I've already killed them once and I don't think the treasure's worth it, I can just boop, 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 straight up through the map. I don't have to worry about, like, beat, or, like, missing it and losing my combo. So it's just easier for me to be able to move at my own pace. And to be able to kind of assess the room, of, like, go into a new panel. Like, okay, there's enemies here, 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 and here. This is how I take this one out. This is how I take this one out. Like, figure out the tactics and then move in, rather than, oh no, everyone's after me as soon as I come into a panel.
I was watching Heji stream some of this earlier today, and I told on you that you turned it off, and he started laughing and started like hitting the beat over and over. I was like, we're just poking fun, right?
Oh, like he was really good at it? You mean?
Yeah, he was really good at it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we all know that Heji is better than me. That's not a surprise.
I mean, he's the best human being on the earth. I mean,
exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like a descendant of Thor.
Pretty much, yeah.
So like, I'm not offended or anything.
He did die to cuckoos though, so you have that over him.
They're cuckoos?
Cuckoos, whatever.
No, cuckoos are different things.
How are they different?
Have you not like cuckolds? Like it would
yes,
be a
I know what that
nickname
is.
For
yeah.
Yeah, I was saying it'd be
I've never heard anybody call it cucko.
No.
Whatever. It's spelled like cuck, so I'll say cuck.
It's not though. That's C-U-C-K.
Yeah, C-U-C-K-O-O.
No, it's
Look it up.
C-U-C-C. Oh, right? I think
it's two C's, yeah.
C-U-C-C-O. Yeah. So you're wrong.
No.
It's different spelling. Yes, please Google cuck.
Oh no, there's a TV show called Cucko.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anyway, yeah, that game's super fun, and like it's like I was expecting good things out of it. Like I've been excited for it since it was announced, but it's better than I expected because it's more Zelda than I expected. Like I said, I was totally content. Like I had played Crypt of the Necrodancer, I was like, yeah, this is fun. I could see this with a Zelda skin, but it's not. It's a totally different thing. It just happens to have those same like Crypt of the Necrodancer gameplay elements inside of a traditional Zelda game, which is better than I would have expected it to be. And I actually really like that you don't lose everything on a death, because roguelikes are only fun for so long, whereas this is just like it's incentive to go again. It's like, okay, I got all this stuff last time. I'm this much closer to the end. You pick a Sheikah stone to spawn at that's close to where you were before, and you just move on. Yeah, you lost your rupees, but you still made a lot of progress. Whereas in Crypt of the Necrodancer, pretty much the only progress you make is getting more heart pieces. And a better variety of items the next time you go in. That's about it. But you still start from scratch every time. And that part started to wear on me after a while. So this is like the best case scenario for me. But aside from that, people can talk much more eloquently than I can about Cadence of Hyrule. But aside from that, I ordered my PlayStation Classic. It was like $30 on sale on Amazon, so I went ahead and got one and modded it. It took like literally all week to get it done because I found a site that has like every single PS1 game on it. Like I think it actually has every single game because I saw there was like a section for other retro consoles, but I was focused on PS1. And so I went a little crazy downloading stuff because like there was things on there that I didn't know what they were, but I was like, I feel like I've been told to play this before, but I've never thought about like I wouldn't have gotten it up because I had a list of the games I wanted like specifically. But because everything was there, I just went ahead and downloaded everything that I, had heard about, or like I asked friends for lists and all that kind of stuff. So I ended up getting like probably over 50 games. And I tried to put them all on the PlayStation Classic on a 16 gig flash drive. Because I was like, how big can PlayStation games be? Fun fact, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, like the best Harvest Moon game on PS1, is 23 megabytes. This is a very small game.
Wow.
But counterpoint, like Chrono Cross, for example, or like Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Dragoon. Is like close to a gig. Yeah. So there's a wide range of sizes of PlayStation games. And I think a lot of it has to do with like how much FMVs and voice acting and that kind of stuff is in there.
Yep.
So yeah, I could fit about like 20 games on top of the 20 that's already on there. But the modding process for that was super simple. Like literally anyone could do it. There's sites online that like give you the whole process. It's pretty much just like one thing that you put on a flash drive, plug in, and then like it auto like installs everything and updates it and all that, and then it just boots into the new OS, which is like a I can't remember what it's called, like Bleem Sync, I think is what it's called.
Really, Bleem is back.
Yeah, I guess so. And it also like it soft loads RetroArch on there, so like you can get other emulators and stuff too, not just PS1. But I only need it for PS1 games. I thought about it for SNES because the the PS1 controller, like the old PS1 controller, is functionally similar to an SNES controller, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, I got a bunch of games on there, kind of like the first ones, like. I figure, like Tony Hawk 1, for example, I'll play through all of that, and then I'll get Tony Hawk 2. I'll just kind of keep moving on, so I don't have everything on there at once. Like Mega Man Legends, I started playing that, but I don't have room for Mega Man Legends 2, so I'll just beat Mega Man Legends, which I've never done before, by the way, and then put Legends 2 on there. So that was kind of my way of saving some space. But I also got the 2-player stuff working, so my wife and I can play some stuff together, which should be super fun. I want to make her play Legend of Mana with me because it's been a long time since I played that, and that game is so good. And after the hype of the Mana collection and stuff like that coming, I'm back in the mood for a Mana game. Graphics on that thing hold up, by the way. Like that nice, like kind of art, painterly sprite style looks so much better than a lot of the actual 3D games that are on there. So yeah, I tried out a few of those, but not too much. I just kind of wanted to mention that it's super easy to mod if anyone's curious and wants to pick up a PlayStation Classic while they're cheap. So I'm really happy with that. But I'll report more on those as I play more. There's a lot of games on there like I've never played before. I just got them because I was told that I should, and like a ton of RPGs that I heard were really good, like the
No, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh, like Xenogears, Suikoden, things like that. Yes. I've never tried them, like any of them in the series.
How about Wild Arms?
That's on there. Also, never tried it.
It's a good game.
That's a very good game.
Yep.
So I'm excited to jump into a bunch of those.
Did you grab Grandia?
I did, but I didn't actually put it on there because then I remembered, like, oh, we're getting the remasters.
Yeah. Okay. I was just
so
curious.
I might just wait.
Okay.
Because like I played Grandia 2 a lot on Dreamcast. I love that game, but I never played the first one. And so if I can get both of them on Switch remastered, I might as well save the space on my PlayStation Classic and play other games.
True that.
So that was kind of my thought there. But I got it, and I was like, oh, wait, I don't need this. Yeah, I'll have a lot more to report on that as I play things. But I literally just set it up out in the living room earlier today and then tested the 2 controller stuff. I'm sad, though, because I wanted to get Star Wars, the Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah.
Like Episode 1. Like it's like one of my favorite Star Wars games. It's great.
That's a good one. That's a fun co-op game.
It's a good one, yeah.
And I thought that would be a good one for us to play together. I had like an old copy of it that I was playing like on an emulator on my PC. So I just put that on the PlayStation Classic and tried to boot it up, and like it would let me go for a little bit, and then it crashed.
Oh.
So I went into the site that I was using and got like a proper version of it because I thought, maybe this has to be put on there the same as all the others, and then it'll work. Booted it up again, tried to do the 2-player as a test, and it still crashed again. So I don't know if it's like the emulator that the PlayStation Classic uses can't handle it or what, but I did it just fine on my computer. So if I can maybe get like 2-player support set up on the computer, we can still play it. But that game's so good, and I miss it. And that was like one of the main things I wanted to play. So I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Well, they released a shit ton of Star Wars games, so maybe that will be a re-release.
That'd be awesome. That game could use like a slight remaster, just like because I mean the models are pretty simple and everything. They could just smooth it all out, but it looks very chunky on a bigger screen. So I wouldn't mind seeing that just up-resed a little bit, kind of like what they're doing with like the Final Fantasy games of that era, just smoothing it all out. But that's me. Like I said, a lot of stuff, but not much to say about any of them.
All right, Ben, what have you been up to?
I am between the time that we stopped our last show and now I officially have beaten Tales of Vesperia, another RPG conquered. That was very satisfying. Solid 8 out of 10. There's some mechanical issues that I didn't agree with overall, and I don't know if it didn't make me a Tales fan, which it's kind of good or bad depending on how you look at it. My wallet's probably happy, but overall, for a game that I've been looking forward to play for 5+ years now, with this definitive edition, I really like it, and I think anybody who's interested in the Tales series, go buy it. I think it's on every platform for the most part, and it goes on sale regularly. So, I'll say this right now: this group of characters, easily one of my favorite grouping of characters in any RPG. Like bottom line, like it's just so much chemistry and so much fun moments. So much like it just felt good. Like that's the one thing that kept me pushing through the game. Was the team, even though the story kind of goes in circles a bit, and the side like how you upgrade armor is kind of convoluted because you can't throw away stuff. If you throw away stuff, you're gonna lose out on armor, and it's all the different thing. I don't like how it handles side quests where you literally don't know if it's a side quest or not, and how it progresses. It's all weird to me. Maybe you have to play multiple, and like that's just how it works. But overall, I still say it's a good introduction to it. If you don't already have Tales of Symphonia, which I think is the other good introductory one. So, but this is a more modern one, and Solid Seas finished for second. So there's that. Let's see, what else did I play?
You said Tales of Symphonia, and I heard Tales of Fantasia, and I was like, that game's not good. It's
No,
awkward. No, you
Yes,
said Symphonia. I just heard it incorrectly. Because that was that was the first Tales game, and it was weird. It's like side-scrolling battles, and yeah, no. Sorry. Anyway.
Yes. No, you're good. Trying to think of what else I also played. Oh God, why am I drawing a blank right now all of a sudden? Oh yeah, I played Dust and Elysian Tale. I picked that up right after I beat Vesperia because I wanted something short, simple that I could probably beat in a week, and I did. I've started it and I beat it, and that's a very good game. I had it on PC. I still have it on PC, and I don't know what happened. I was near the end of it, but I think I got lost, and I just didn't care anymore. I kept dying to enemies, and I think it's because I wasn't paying attention to the crafting system as much as I did. I did in the Switch version, and Lord knows it made it so much better by just getting materials and selling materials to the Resident Evil homage shopkeeper, and getting better stuff. But overall, I think it's a really fun game. It's fully voice acted, which is like astounding. I think like every single NPC that you talk to, granted there's not a lot of them, but the fact that every single character interaction has dialogue with different voice actors, I think is commendable, and it's stylistically very, very beautiful. Combat is super, super fun, and I think the story is pretty good. It's kind of typical, has a bit of little tropish feelings to it. But if you want a good Metroidvania title that's not super expansive, because the world's not all-encompassing, but it's manageable enough to where like it'll satisfy your exploration needs. That being said, I don't think the things you find are that rewarding. Most of them are just chests that have coins or fruit or blueprints for future upgrades. And I mean, like, you're not going to get any power-ups. You're going to get power-ups or upgrades as you progress the story. So in that sense, it kind of hurts the Metroidvania. But I didn't mind it. Like, there were points where I had that Metroidvania moment where, like, oh, wait, I have this power-up, which means I can go back and do this. But also, it has a very heartfelt story. It gets very dark at points. Like, not like super grim dark like a DC movie, but like a good 80s, 90s animated cartoon where, like, it's happy-go-lucky adventure, but it knows when to make those moments feel dark. Like, I'm going to spoil a little bit right now, so if you don't want to listen, just like, do like all my ex-wives have done and just block me on Twitter. You find this subterranean village, because like all the water's missing, all these monsters have been coming out, and you're trying to get the water started, and you find out why that's going on. And meanwhile, you learn that you run into this family, and you run that their father is dying, or he's on his deathbed, and you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna open the water. And it has healing properties. It's gonna be fine. And when you get back to the village, like, you meet the kid first, and then the mom comes into play, and she says the words that anybody knows, or most people know, were like, "Son, we need to talk." And as soon as I knew, like, my heart kind of dropped, like, oh, he didn't make it, and like, it's very heartfelt. Like, it was very well acted, for a game of how small it is. And even the ending overall is kind of sad too. I won't spoil that much, but yeah, it's a lot darker than most people would think given its aesthetic. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm a furry now because there's a character named Ginger and she's really cute. So I think I'm a furry.
That's how it happens. It just takes one.
It's like the character from a Goofy movie, his girlfriend, or Max is the girl he likes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't remember her name, but yeah, it just takes one. Oh, and similar to Justin, I started Final Fantasy VII.
You got way further than I did.
Yeah, because normally I work on Tuesday afternoons, or Tuesdays in general, but they didn't, for 2 weeks in a row, work didn't schedule me to this, and I was going to go in, and I realized, wait a minute, the Nintendo Direct is on Tuesday. I'm not scheduled. Why the fuck? No, go the fuck to bed. And then wake up when the Direct starts. And, like, combine that with the Square Enix stuff. The Square Enix stuff was Sunday, right? I think? No, Monday. Combined with the Final Fantasy hype that was shown, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start it. Like I'm just gonna start it, and my goal was to get out of Midgar, and I did. And maybe it's just me, but I remember Midgar being a lot longer when I first played this game 5 years ago. Like it's not super long. Maybe it's because I knew what I was kind of doing.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
Yeah, I accidentally skipped over the honeybee and stuff because I couldn't remember that. I had a friend tell me how to do it last time, so I did the whole the man action and the Sephiroth Easter egg. But I missed over that because like, what do I do? And by the time I progressed, I couldn't do it again, which is fine. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I've seen it once, but like I came to a realization, like, because I kept comparing it to a remake, like when you're going on the bombing mission and like when Sector 7 plate drops, I'm like, God, I don't want to see that in remake.
Mhm.
Like, it's gonna fucking hurt and it's gonna be terrifying just because of like we've seen that shit in real life now. Okay, I mean our whole sector plate falling, of course, but just like something humongous coming down. So I don't know how do I feel about that, but this game is still compelling. And again, I don't have nostalgia for it back when I played. I didn't play it in 97. I remember seeing my dad play it in like 97, 98, but I never touched this game back then.
Guys, Sector
what?
7 was an inside job.
Oh, God.
Wow. I mean, technically, yeah.
It was. But one thing that still gets me...
Fire materia can't melt steel beams.
No, I shouldn't be laughing because, like, of Jon Stewart going to Congress this week. I really shouldn't be laughing at this.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. So I'm going to move on.
It's different.
I'm going to move on. Still, I was wondering if I was going to get freaked out by that scene that happens in Cinder Tower. And I'm going to fucking spoil it. I don't care. It's game's 20 plus years old. It's free reigns. But I still get fucking chills when you're trapped in Shinra Tower. Oh, by the way, Hojo's so fucking creepy. Fuck Hojo. God.
Yeah.
So fucking creepy.
He's an asshole.
But when you're in Shinra Tower and you're like all of this, there's no music and you see a dead body, and when I think it's Bear who says it, like no human did this, or somebody, one of the characters says it, and it's like something's happening here. And I because I haven't played the game, I already know. But like when you go out and you hear the creepy music and you see the trail of blood, I'm like, oh, like I got chills again, and I kept imagining, oh my God, this is gonna be so fucking terrifying in fucking remake. I'm not ready.
It's gonna be so cool.
It's probably like low camera angles and shit. But like even in like this, this version, it's still terrifying. So I did all that. I did the biking thing, which is still super fun. A little clunky, but still super fun.
Yeah.
And I actually got to use some of the new features that are in it, which is like the fast forward motion.
Oh yeah.
And the no
I keep
encounters.
forgetting about that.
Yeah. I actually used the no encounters because as much as I love Final Fantasy 7, certain areas in Midgar, it's kind of hard to just unless you like. I don't know what this game 100%. So I couldn't exactly remember what leads to what, because sometimes when you look at like, wait, how does that even work? That doesn't look like that I should be able to go up that. So I turned it off, and like once I figured it out, I was like, okay, turn it back on again. And then I used the limit break thing because I forgot to attach the fire materia or long range materia to either Red 13, who I named. I can't remember what I named that. I named all the characters different things, and no, I did not name Aerith Sheath because I'm not. I just couldn't. I thought about it, but I couldn't because she's too precious. But
She won't be fun.
Yeah, I was in an elevator fight where you can't attack the machine if you have a close range fighter. You have to use Barret. I forgot to attach the fire materia to or another materia to either Aerith or Red 13.
I've done that.
So I just had the limit break thing on and just let my limit break come on over and over again and just did that, and that was super easy. It's like I already beaten this game. I don't fucking care. But one, and I'll end on this point is that I still get fucking chills when you get to Calm or Colm, whatever it's called. And Cloud basically gives you like the backstory of like why Sephiroth is a big deal and why he's part of the reason, or killing him or stopping him and saving the planet. And just seeing, Sephiroth lose his fucking mind in the Shinra Mansion when he realizes he's not real, and then he just goes nuts and lights the whole place. Like, it's so creepy. I think it's that shot where you get that iconic image of him in the fire, and it's just like,
I think that's the first time One Winged Angel plays too, isn't it?
No, it's not One Winged Angel. It's like it's not One Winged Angel, but I consider it his theme. It's like boom boom, boom boom, and it's so horrifying. And I haven't picked it up since then. I've left Calm. I can't remember where to go next, but I'm just gonna swing it.
You go to the Chocobo farm, right?
That's right, because of the surfing and everything. Yeah. That's right.
Or you could level up your guy.
That was the town right after Midgar. Okay. Yeah, you go to the Chocobo farm.
Or you could level up really, get really good and then kill the snake.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
No.
I don't care that much. I could just use them at breaks. And just fucking wreck it out.
Just wreck it.
But it's still fucking good, man. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, again, it's still fucking good. And I love that I can play it portably. I can play it. That's the best part, is playing it portably. Outside of that, play more Mega Man 8. That's fine. It's still fun. It's good. It's a very good Mega Man game. And then I've played more Castlevania's Bloodlines. The game, I love it. I love this one. Like, I love how strange it is and how weird it is from any other Castlevania. I just got to the end of the third stage where, like, you're on the Tower of Pisa and it's like physically moving, and it's super cool. Like, it has a unique art direction to it.
Which one?
Castlevania Bloodlines, the one that was on the Genesis.
Oh yeah, Bloodlines is dope.
Yeah, and again, like never played it before, because then Castlevania existed on the Genesis, which is why the collection is worth that for that alone at $20. Because I think it's like a super expensive Genesis game because of how rare it is. I think that's it for the most part for me. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna shut up now.
Very cool. So yeah, I'll talk about some Void Bastards. So I've been playing that. It's a new game, came out on Game Pass, launched. It's a pretty cool game. It's a roguelike. Like Justin with his Cadence of Hyrule, you can craft and build stuff. There's two different menus. There's one for crafting and building your weapons and upgrading them and everything like that, and you keep all that stuff when you go through. The only thing you really lose out on is your character and his traits, and you get those traits by going to different space stations and using one of the machines that's there. And what this is, it's kind of like FTL. Like, imagine FTL but first person, and you're jumping from ship to ship. I know you guys probably have never played FTL, but that game was really good. I haven't gotten too far. Maybe jumped like 10 ships or so. But the actual style of it is really cool. It's like a comic book style. You should take a look at it. It's pretty dope. And the whole like conceit of it is that corporations have finally taken over, and people are being locked away in prisons in space for like things that they've done, like speaking out against the corporations or whatever, like stuff like that. And you have to get your citizen card, and you have to do all these things for them in order to get your independence back. So I really want to play more of that, but I've been stuck in a Destiny hole again. The Menagerie is here, and the final boss from last week is this giant Vex, and when he gets into the damage phase, he sends walls at you, like see-through walls, like throwing them at you, and you have to dodge them while doing damage to them. It's pretty cool. And now there's another boss that's a Hive, and I finally got the Truth rocket launcher. It's a pretty good rocket launcher, locks on, and it doesn't let go. So apparently it's been wrecking in Crucible, so I need to try that. We've been playing some Fallout. I played some more 76 after I think yesterday, and yeah, it's yeah. I like the systems in that game, but like the actual like story content and questing is not enjoyable. It's just like go here, get that, go there, get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give it a chance for when like the updates come. So I feel like NPCs are going to drastically change the game.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to check out that Battle Royale mode they have. I want to see how that works out.
Yeah, I've heard it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I haven't been playing a whole lot other than that stuff. So let's move on into our E3 picks, because we'll end up talking about some news in our picks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Justin, what did you like about the show?
I honestly
Nothing.
I liked the third party indie stuff more than anything. Like the first parties didn't really impress me. I know we only had Microsoft and Nintendo technically, but I mean basically the AAA stuff didn't really impress me. Because I mentioned for example, I mentioned during Nintendo's Direct that it felt unearned that they ended the show with another Zelda reveal. I'm excited. That game looks great. You know, the little bit we know about it, I was kind of speculating on what
it's
the story
not your
might
turn
be.
yet, Zelda. Get back in line.
Yeah, exactly. But that they did that one more thing because I was complaining to a friend. I was like, oh, so I guess we're not getting Metroid again. And then they said the one more thing. He's like, oh, wait, and he was a little bit ahead of me, so I thought he already knew. And then
yeah.
And then they went into Zelda trailer, and I'm like, and I see the text. Never mind.
You see, Lisa, this is you can exactly see where his heart just broke.
Yeah, exactly. I hadn't gotten to the trailer yet. I had gotten to the one more thing, and he was already on. Oh, and then never mind. I'm like, all right. So then they started a Zelda trailer. I'm like, there was already 2 Zelda games shown during this 40-minute presentation. Do we really need a third?
Yeah.
That's kind of how E3 feels to me. It's did we really need this? Because they spent so much time on things that we already know about, and then ended them with a release date or something similar to that. And they didn't spend any time on the things that actually looked interesting, like some of those new IPs that we just got a cinematic trailer for and know nothing about. So we're gonna forget about it until they show it again, and we're like, oh yeah, that's that thing we saw a trailer for at E3 last year. No one's gonna think about it until then, when we get gameplay and more information and stuff, because people love original IPs. But you have to have something to bring. And so my biggest hypes were Final Fantasy VIII Remastered and Trials of Mana remake. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 also looks great, but we already knew about that one. I'm talking about as far as surprises.
How about Keanu Reeves coming out on stage and being in Cyberpunk 2077?
I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 already looks great. I didn't need to be sold on that anymore.
I know, but the added bonus of Keanu Reeves is pretty good. Sure,
that was cool. But everyone else, they pretty much just showed things we already knew about. Again, they all look great, but there were at least surprises. Square brought a few surprises. The Final Fantasy VIII Remaster was a huge surprise, and I'm super excited for that.
They actually remember that people love them for their JRPGs.
Right. They did put out a news story while we're kind of on the topic of they want to get their whole digital library out there for people. So we're probably going to see more of these remasters, even if it's just mobile ports. Which for the sprite-based games, I think we're just going to get mobile ports because
did they lose the source code for the PSP versions? Come on, man!
I don't know.
Apparently, they lost the source code for Final Fantasy VIII, and they still made that. That's crazy.
Somebody has to have the PSP source code. Get that shit, please.
I know. It's weird. But, yeah, so, that was a big deal just because, it's the last one. People have been clamoring it for a long time. There was jokes about, well, we're still not going to get Final Fantasy VIII, and then it happened, and it looks great. Trials of Mana was just surprising because that's Seiken Densetsu 3. We've never gotten that over here. And we got 2 announcements of it. With the
OG collection and the remake.
Yeah. And so it's oh, this game that was never been released over here? Have 2 of them.
Because you're never getting another one.
Right. And it looks really good. The Secret of Mana remake was awful. That, they ruined that thing.
Yeah. I saw screenshots comparing them. It's they put more effort into Trials than they did Secret.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm wondering, is it a Switch exclusive?
I wouldn't think so.
Because I couldn't tell.
I don't think it is. I think it's coming to PS4 as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Switch and PS4.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know actually, because that's.
I saw an ad on it on Twitter.
Trials of Mana on Steam. Okay, so yeah, it's going multi-plat. But it seems like maybe they learned their lesson from Secrets of Mana, or I don't know. But like this is a new game. Like it's a remake of, that old game. But like it's not like this has been, sitting in Japan or anything for a long time. Like this is a new remake. I was watching the Switch like Treehouse footage from it. They were doing some gameplay of it, and they were talking about how like it's not quite done yet. That's why they don't have a release date for it. Well, do they? I don't think they have a release date for it.
For Trials, no. The collection is out now.
Right. It's like later this year or something like that. But they're planning on having it fully voiced. They just don't have the voice recorded yet for it. And so it's like, little things like that. Like they were kind of talking about the things that still aren't done. And so I thought like it was a Switch thing because they were the ones, putting so much time into it. But I think it's going to sell the best there, honestly. But yeah, like it looks like they were showing the early parts of the game, like where you go to the village and like you have to, change it to night and then go to bed and wake up and like follow the firefly or whatever to the cave, and it's a ferry, and like the ferry gets you in and like you fight the crab boss, like all of the stuff that I'm familiar with because I haven't played through the whole game. All that stuff was there and like it was accurate, but there's just a lot more depth to the combat now and stuff. Like you can dodge magically and like do jump attacks and some cool stuff like that. So I think it's going to be a very good version of that game, and that's the best Mana game also, so it's perfect. But that was definitely a surprise. Aside from that, probably the biggest, again, not the best thing at the conference, but the biggest surprise was the new ukulele game, because it's a 2.5D like Donkey Kong platformer. Like it looks like a Donkey Kong Country style game, but with ukulele characters. And that's great. Like they learned that the 3D like camera angles and stuff weren't really working, but people loved the characters and the lore they were trying to create.
Did they?
So
did they?
Yeah, like there's a lot of like fan art and stuff of those characters. People love the world. It's just the game itself wasn't great.
You'll get diehards if anything.
True. But I mean, there's people that loved the game, like 100%ed it, like on the
I'll give it a shot.
in, like.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people, they were sold on the concept. That's why they supported the Kickstarter and stuff. It's just once the game came out, they're like, oh, this doesn't play great. So like this was a smart idea to take the same characters people love and all of that, expand the world out, throw in a bunch of bee puns. Bee puns are huge right now, and make a new game out of it. And I was watching the Treehouse coverage of that too. It looks great. It looks a little simple. And it was kind of funny because they were talking about like it's not done either, and so they were like playing it in debug mode. And there was like there's an overworld that's like a top-down 3D thing where like you kind of do puzzles and unlock the next level, which admittedly doesn't look as good as the side-scroller stuff, but it mixes things up. It's fine. It's like Mario and Rabbids. But at some point in there, they realized that a puzzle was broken, so they had to basically like explain, this is what would happen, and like clip through walls and stuff, like live during the gameplay.
Wow.
It's great. I'll try to find it and link it. But yeah, so like that part seems a little rough, but the side-scrolling stuff looks great. And what's cool is they mentioned it's got kind of a Breath of the Wild style, where the impossible layer, that's the namesake, it's called Ukulele and the Impossible Layer, you can do at the start. It's just impossible. Like, you can start off the game, go straight to the layer, and try to beat it. But you can only take, like, 2 hits, and then you die. And that's a level that, like, is, like, 4 times longer than any other level. And there's no checkpoints or anything, so you have to just do it in one run. And it's, like, almost impossible to do, if you take any kind of damage. So the whole point of the game... Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, it's going to be great. But the whole point of the game is to go through each level and basically, like, buff yourself up. So, like, in each level, you, like, free a bee. And those bees take hits for you in the layer. So the more bees you get, the more possible the layer becomes. So it's kind of a cool system where like you can go in and try to do it at the start, but otherwise you can play as many levels as you need to get enough bees to beat the layer. So that's kind of a cool wrinkle, I think, that they didn't really explain in the reveal trailer or anything. But aside from that, I mean, other stuff still looked good. Like I said, Cyberpunk, great, cool. I'm sold. I already was sold. Avengers, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Big oof.
Yeah.
It didn't look great, but they also didn't show much gameplay. I heard gameplay, like the demo they had available was better than what we saw in the trailers.
I don't know why they didn't fucking show that.
Right. But yeah, it didn't have a great showing. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, again, looks fine. I'm not sold on the battle system or anything, but I've heard a lot of people say that it plays a lot better than it sounds.
It looks really good.
Like the mix of like action and ATB works. So I'm willing to give it a chance. I wish they would have announced a demo for us though. Like that's what I need still.
We'll probably get one in like the winter, probably.
Yeah.
Or you will rather.
Right. It was a little funny because I was out there, setting up the PlayStation Classic, and my wife goes, "So why are people like on the internet upset about some Final Fantasy character's boobs?"
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, that's Tifa. They're mad that she's wearing a sports bra now because they don't understand how boobs work."
She's still hot. I don't know what the fuck.
Right.
Can't.
But like, I love that we finally got the Tifa reveal, and I knew people were going to be mad one way or another.
Of course, because pen up fucking nerds who can't fucking get laid to save their life.
Basically, what I explained, I was like, so since the game came out, like everyone's made their fan art and porn and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
good
now,
porn
like,
too.
There's an actual like official view of her again, and all of those guys are just like all they can remember is their own porn, so they forget what she actually looks like.
Wasn't even good porn back then.
No. But yeah, so I enjoyed that part of the reveal, like seeing everyone freaking out in one way or another about Tifa. But I don't know. It was very much a safe year. Nothing blew me away, but everything looked good. So there's that, I guess. But I'll let someone else talk.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in Fallout 76 I found my first T-pose
Nice.
character. Yep.
Also, real quick, Link's Awakening still looks great, and I love the Zelda the Dungeon Maker.
Yes.
Zelda Maker.
We'll have a Zelda Maker eventually. Benjamin.
Well, I mean, we just positive stuff, right?
I mean, your picks or whatever.
Okay. Well, number one, Ori and the Blind Forest getting a solid release date. Still a long ways away. But
I know, surprisingly long.
It builds into my conspiracy theory that they're fucking co-developing anything for Switch, and they'll announce at a later date. I'm convinced. Also, the game looks infinitely better than last time they showed it, so it could be. I'm just saying, it's right near my birthday. Okay, so that was immediate number one. That's the only thing I can remember from the Microsoft conference because that was a big draw. Besides, Keanu Reeves calling me breathtaking. Let's see. I love that Square Enix, like I said earlier, by the way, yeah, people love this for our RPGs. How about we put them out on all platforms again? Yay! Except for Chrono Trigger because they hate that series.
I think Chrono Trigger is going to get a 3D remake too.
No,
I think that's why it's being held off.
No, don't please.
Well, no, I don't say that because like I want to fuel the fires. I say that because there was like a whole thing sent out about like Square's development and everything, and it says there's one unannounced game using like their old Luminous engine, and everything else has moved on to Unity. Like the Final Fantasy VII remake and stuff is on Unity. Okay. So some unannounced game has been in development for a while. I don't want a Chrono Trigger remake. It's already fucking perfect. It's already perfect. You can't improve whatever. This I don't want to. Okay, no diatribes. Anyways, Square stuff was really good. Overall was really good. Again, like a lot of the RPG stuff. It's nice to know that they remembered that's coming back. Nintendo to me was the best for the most part. There was one fucking part of Panzer fucking Dragoon is coming back. Now we knew about that
that a European developer, I think it's European, they had announced previously that they were working on remaking the first two Panzer Dragoon games. Haven't heard anything since then, but to actually see fucking gameplay, and the second I heard the horns, I'm like, wait a minute, oh my god, and it like, oh, it's just so cool. And you can check my Twitter for how excited I am. So those are obviously the top two. Luigi's Mansion looks really fun. Like it does. Like I'm really digging Luigi's Mansion. I love the little because Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is pretty much Luigi's Mansion just mission mode. They didn't really do anything to change too much of it, but I like a lot of little mechanics like the slamming of the ghosts and the using the plumbing thing to hook things, and then Luigi, the best new thing about this game.
No,
it seems fun. He's also edible. Luigi. Did you know that? He's edible?
No.
That's coming from Nintendo themselves. He's edible. But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to remember anything else. I will say this, even though I have given shit to EA, and I probably will give shit to EA at some point on my own Twitter feed, this new Star Wars game does look dope. It looks great.
That too. That was the first day I forgot about it.
Yeah, kind of like the thing that it's like a wrestling show, like Thomas will say, like that once you really remember, it's easy to remember the last the main event stuff last because that's what happened last. It's harder unless it's super memorable. You're not gonna remember the stuff early in the card.
Yeah.
But it still looked all right. Like the game looks good, and I never said it wasn't. But so glad that's looking super super dope. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, Watch Dogs. Mario, what was it? Oh, Witcher 3? Yes, definitely. Witcher 3, another surprise announcement. I know Thomas is, it looks like shit. Whatever, it's fine.
It doesn't, though.
It does. It runs at 720, docked, 540.
In comparison to the PC, PS4, of course it's going to look bad, and it doesn't look great.
Thomas, but I haven't heard back on frame rate. If it runs at 30 FPS, this is a no-buy for me.
It runs at 30. Of course it runs at 30.
No, it's not going to be 60. I mean, the point is it's portable
for you.
It's portable fucking Witcher. It's portable fucking Witcher 3.
I don't
care. That's a huge game to put on a portable.
I think and the fact that they announced that above 100 frames per second, I can't go back.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Your console plebs.
That's fine. You can enjoy that. But also the fact that they announced that there will be no additional downloading. All 32 gigabytes will be on the cart.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool.
That's like fucking.
Most people don't put in the money for the 32 gig card.
Yeah, fucking pay up, guys. Come on. Yeah. And also it comes with them. It's $60, which that's kind of a steep, but they put in like the map and stickers. So yeah, you can
and all the DLC.
Yeah, and all the DLC. So you could get this game cheaper if you wanted on PS4. You could, but I'll probably if it comes out on a lull, I'll probably get it and go through them because I think can you play Witcher 3 without playing the first two?
Yeah, you can.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll probably get it and enjoy my trash plebness all of myself while being able to play it. I'm gonna love it when I get to those raunchy sex scenes and then play it on the bus because that's gonna be awesome. And you get called a heathen.
You think they would censor that stuff?
Hell no.
This
is modern Nintendo. They have Bayonetta on there. They ain't gonna censor that shit.
They have Galgun on there, okay?
They have Sengoku no Kara. They're not gonna and fucking visual novels. PlayStation is more likely to censor it than Nintendo would at this point. I'm trying to think. Those are my highlights. Like, outside of Ubisoft being a literal fucking bore, except for the Watch Dogs Legion stuff, that actually looks dope. I was skeptical about the
Gun Grandma.
I actually like the Ubisoft one because it had all the Tom Clancy stuff that I liked from it.
Oh, that bored me to shit, man. I'm sorry. Like, if you're into it, cool. I'm happy for you. But my God, like
Ubisoft was one of those examples. Like, the only thing that looked good was Gods and Monsters, and that was only a cinematic trailer.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
But like, I did the thing where like I went to go grab something to eat, and then I came back and like, wait a minute, which shooter are we on this time? Because it was all militaristic shooters, and I couldn't tell the fucking difference. If you're into that, cool. But for the most part, Watch Dogs looks dope. The NPC stuff is dope. I like that. I still believe that you're gonna have like a core group that you might follow, and then you're gonna have like an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You can have extra stuff that'll have overs or whatever. So
No, I think they'll really will. Like they always say, you can hack anything, and like it's really not. I think it will be like you can, play as anyone, quote unquote. But it's like whoever you pick, it's just a function. So it's like I'm a hacker, and there's like 50 hackers around the map, and you can pick any of them.
Yeah,
but they're essentially the same character. It's just the name that you have and the look that they have, because they all wear masks. That's how they do it in the cutscenes and stuff.
There's a bug.
I mean, we'll have to see. But I like the premise overall, and having be put in the UK, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree, Justin. Overall, it wasn't a super exciting E3. I mean, I got what I wanted, like super hardcore. I got what I wanted, so
no Metroid Love. So
no Metroid Love, which sucks. I was kind of hoping they would pull like a treehouse. Like, oh, by the way, we have this to show you. Like
Metroid Prime Trilogy is done. Release it, you cowards.
They're probably like, you would think they would have said something. I don't know. So something's going on.
They have a very full year. Like I was just talking about how September is going to be extremely expensive.
Yeah, in September alone, you have Dragon Quest Definitive Edition, Link's Awakening, and a Daemon X Machina game within the span of 10 days.
And there's something else that comes out the same day.
Ni no Kuni Remaster also comes out.
Yeah, that's it.
So like, and that's it. By the way, I kind of want to get. If it wasn't coming out in September, I'd grab that game.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni's great, but you can pick it up another time. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. I probably did buy digital. And that game's perfect for fucking handheld. Oh my god.
Yeah. Honestly, like I didn't play it that much on PS3. I would play it more on Switch, but I don't want to.
I got to a certain point and I just got like shit railed by a boss, and I feel like grinding.
Yeah.
So like that's when I stopped. And I got it for $5 on PS3. And it's great. It's a great game. So I'm looking forward to paying $50 when it comes on the Switch.
I get them not wanting to release it in 2019, and a lot of their conferences focused on 2019. But again, that we've got one more thing. Could have easily been a Metroid reveal.
Yeah, they didn't
for 2020
say Zelda. It like I don't mind it. By the way, everybody, please stop fetishizing the human getting. Just stop. He's evil. Can we just stop doing that, please?
No,
or Tifa porn art. Oh my god. But yeah, overall, safe E3. But the stuff that I got hyped for, I got super hyped for. No Killer Instinct. It's fine. Whatever, Microsoft. I don't care.
No Golden Sun.
Oh, my money. That's fine. But yeah. The stuff that hit, but a lot of lulls. And Avengers looks not great. Like it looks on rails, and it just like why is Captain America fat? Why does Thor look like Jesus? Although I do like that Thor.
Also, like Captain America is also dead, but you could play as him.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Also, it's definitely a live service game. Yeah, which I wouldn't. Thankfully, Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out. Otherwise, I'd feel super more salty about the game.
Did you watch any of the gameplay stuff for Ultimate Alliance?
Yes, I did.
That cast is insane.
Was playable. Yeah, if I looked at it and I tweeted this out, only a certain fighting game had access to this fucking roster.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not salty.
10 X-Men in there.
Yeah.
And there's Elsa.
It did make me sad that
I don't even know. Like, who's that?
So it's a serious character, because at first I thought it was another character. I'm like, wow, they fucking picked that character. That's nuts. Yeah,
right.
She's yeah. Also, Wasp is playable too. She's a playable character, which I didn't know.
Oh, man. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. Avengers, work on that. Make Captain America not fat. But I probably won't play it because it's going to be a life of service game. Just the way it looks like it. Who knows? We don't know anything.
It will be. Like, it's cool that they said like all the characters will be free. Like after
that's nice.
But they're doing that because they can sell cosmetic costumes.
Yep.
And they're going to get a lot more money from that as if they make all the characters available.
Yep. Thank goodness for Ultimate Alliance 3, baby. Thank goodness.
That still has a season pass for new characters.
That's only $20 though. I'm glad. They announced 3 different brands: X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Marvel Knights, which is like Punisher, Moon Knight, those characters.
Oh, okay.
So
there's no Fantastic Four reference in there.
Yeah, which they're going to be DLC, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm overall E3 a B-, but that's only because of Panzer Dragoon. Only because of Panzer Dragoon.
No, I mean, really, it was a solid B minus because like everything there was good. It just wasn't that like it wasn't overwhelming or anything. It was just, hey, you know that thing you already know? Here's more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like I'm opposite of you two, which is good for diversity's sake at least. Because yeah, the Square Enix and Nintendo stuff didn't blow me away, but the other stuff did, like with Microsoft and some Bethesda and some Ubisoft. I'm not gonna say all of it, obviously.
I genuinely don't remember anything from Bethesda.
Just
The
the
Fallout 76 stuff.
loud yelling guy. That's all I
and Doom,
remember.
and that's it. Like everything else is mobile crap. That's why I said I only like some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Doom Eternal looks great, but we already knew about that. It was a known quantity. Fallout 76 stuff, we already talked about that. Looks good. I like the People Can Fly announcement. I know you guys don't know who they are, but they're pretty good at shooters. And Outriders, new shooter co-op, looking good. Can't wait to see gameplay of that. Final Fantasy VII looks good. Roller Champions looks cool. I need to check that out. That's in. That's
is that available yet?
Yeah, it's like a free beta or something.
I forgot. I gotta check out.
I have it downloaded. I need to play it. Maybe I'll play some this weekend.
That's not the Bethesda launcher, is it? It's Ubisoft.
It's a Ubisoft one, yeah.
On their launcher, probably.
Yeah. There's a thing
Alright.
you have to sign up for it, and then they'll give you they'll add it to your library, then you can download it.
Oh, I thought it was just like a demo.
I don't know what's going on. I haven't booted it up. I like my Tom Clancy, so I got some Ghost Recon Breakpoint and some Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm glad that they're making the PvP side, like the Rainbow Six Siege, they're making a PvE side of that now. So I actually like that game quite a bit, but I would play more PvE than PvP. So looking forward to trying that out. Watch Dogs 3 looks good. What else? Yeah, so Empire of Sin. I know you guys have absolutely no care for this, but it's like an RTS like strategy mobster gangster game, and I played a lot of like gangsters organized crime back in my day, so like this is kind of like an updated version of that. It looks pretty badass, like taking over towns while playing in like a XCOM style combat. Sign me up. Also, John Romero.
Yeah, I didn't care about that, but I forgot there was the new Final Fantasy mobile like strategy RPG, like basically mobile Final Fantasy Tactics that looked pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, that was like a John Romero game. That was his first announcement in like how many ever years, and it was on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's nuts.
They also had that weird Dark Crystal game that kind of offset it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on with Nintendo, which I enjoy the weird.
You're getting the third party. You gotta respect the game.
Yeah. Gears 5 looks good. You know, known quantity. They're showing off their co-op mode. I can't really care. I just want more of the story shit from that. Bringing in some PC Game Pass. They're finally rolling that out. You need to sign up for their new update in order to use it. I've tried. Apparently, I don't qualify, so I'm not getting that anytime soon. Halo Infinite. We saw some of that. You know, it looks like they're trying to reboot Halo, which is cool. Like maybe so many years have passed. You know. I like the way they introduced that. Phantasy Star Online 2. That was a huge announcement. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, the game that's been unplayable since has been played that first came out in 2012 that the West has wanted for a long time. Yeah. Although, real talk, most people in the West who wanted to play this game have already played it. But if you're curious, now's your chance, and it's multi-plat too.
Yeah, apparently that game was kind of the birth to a lot of like online services and like MMOs and stuff. So yeah. I'm looking to check that out.
You know what's funny? The trailer that they showed, it's super cool. That's the same trailer from 2012.
Oh, man.
When they first announced it was going to consoles.
Right. I remember playing a lot of, like, Phantasy Star Online, the episodes 1 and 2, like, on my Xbox back in the day. So, looking forward to playing some more Phantasy Star Online. And yeah, Jedi Fallen Order, and that's about it. That's all I have written down here that I was interested in. Everything else seemed kind of like, you know, lulls, like, put you to sleep kind of stuff. So yeah, overall, like, I'd give it a C+, like, not too different from your B minuses. Like, you know, it was very average year.
Yeah.
Our Nintendo checks came in, that's why we were more kind.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are still. Yeah. I mean, totally honest, I would be if they paid me.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Dude.
already pretty nice to them, and they don't.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
rarely even get free things from them.
What else? Yeah, I was disappointed by the no Metroid mentions. Like, not even any kind of mention at all.
Not a single bit of love.
No.
There was a little thing in the Banjo-Kazooie reveal trailer of going through the Smash Bros. Scenes. Which, by the way, Banjo-Kazooie, I feel like we buried the lead.
Yeah, we didn't. Why do I?
Who cares about Banjo-Kazooie?
I do.
I don't be that guy. Please don't.
I care more about him than the hero.
Yeah, but Pan cares about the hero more than they care about Banjo-Kazooie. Which by the way, I watched the Twitter thread of Japanese fans losing their shit over the hero and the reveal of the other heroes. Which I'm not into Dragon Quest, but I got super fucking hyped when I realized there was other Dragon Quest heroes as his character alts. That's super fucking dope.
No, that is cool. Like, it's a cool way to do it.
Well,
Although I think that's actually, it's not like costume changes. I've heard it's a turn-based battle system
That's so weird.
for that character.
That's so weird.
So it's like you can swap out the characters.
So it's like the Bowser Jr. thing, but +1 because of the extra stuff.
Kind of, yeah. And it's I don't think it's like you choose the character when you go in. I think it's like you swap between them mid battle.
That's crazy.
It wasn't clear, but the trailer sure looked like that, and I think there was some information about it afterwards.
Oh, you got to learn like 5 matchups, one fight. Oh, good lord.
I don't know if they play that differently. Let me see. The
Well, in
hero.
terms of like special moves, it's like special moves, there's definitely a
Smash.
difference.
Let me see if I can get some more information on it. Move on.
But yeah,
Yeah, the reason Japanese fans are like super into Dragon Quest is because it's as big as Final Fantasy here.
it's bigger.
Yeah.
Like like Dragon Quest. For those who don't know, Dragon Quest is like huge in Japan. Like I think there's actually a side quest about this in Yakuza where like Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah.
Where like people were like calling into work and like taking days off for it because and then so many of modern JRPGs take like Dragon Quest is for all intents and purposes the granddaddy of JRPGs. Like you don't have everything else without Dragon Quest, so it's kind of like considering Smash Ultimate is a celebration of video games. It's nice to see that the granddaddy of JRPGs is represented with the cool stage, with cool alt colors and different costumes represented. Sure, it's another sword user, that kind of sucks, but he looks unique enough to separate himself from the anime boys, even though he is an anime boy. And also, this is the closest you're getting to fucking Goku in Smash. So stop asking.
But Kamehameha.
No, never happening.
We're not getting a Dragon Ball character.
Yeah, but
I will say though that the hero looks like a very generic sword fighter.
yeah,
Like these moves are basically the same as every other sword fighter.
pretty much.
That's
But
kind
yeah,
of disappointing.
Banjo was like,
characters are supposed to be different, you know?
I love that they reused the joke of the silhouettes. That had me rolling. Especially because it's Duck Hunt, because Duck Hunt's a notorious fucking troll.
Well, also that Duck Hunt thing was like everyone's saying like, "Oh, that's our Banjo-Kazooie. It's like a similar color scheme." So that was like their duo, like the bird and bear kind of,
Mm-hmm.
That was the joke.
It's so great. And so great. Welcome home, Manjo. Welcome home.
All right.
Okay. So hold on. I'm gonna go back to the hero. So the special attacks actually have like a attack choose option, like a turn-based battle. So that's part of the turn-based thing. I'm watching a video, so it's kind of hard to do. Basically, there's 4 moves for each of their special attacks. You like choose from a menu, which is kind of confusing.
Okay.
But I still don't understand how it works to switch out characters.
We'll know more when they come out or as we get closer to release.
Yeah.
The point is, he looks cool.
Yeah, I don't know if there's
they
enough.
look cool.
It's possible that like there's 4 options. Like I said, on the little attack choose thing, it's possible each one corresponds to a different hero. So like it swaps out depending on which one you choose. But I'm sure we'll get more information like after there's a better breakdown that isn't just from a guy on YouTube analyzing the trailer.
Yeah, and it said summer for him and all for. So they're going to get him faster than we did Joker.
I'm honestly surprised we didn't get it, and he's available after this presentation.
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 months since Joker dropped.
We'll probably get him in August. I'm going to put it on August. We'll get him.
You think that late? I mean,
It's
they have
summer.
4 characters to put out before February of next year. And we have 1.
Yeah, August and then probably late September. Maybe late July, early August. And probably late September for Banjo.
And then, let's see, there's still 1 or 2 more after that.
There's 2. We have 2 more slots remaining.
Okay. So then that's 1, basically December, and then 1 February, probably.
Pretty much.
I guess that's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
All right. I'm cool with that. Yeah, the heroes, they fight together sometimes. I really don't understand how this works.
It's super hype, and Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition for Switch looks super fucking hype.
I know. I'm probably going to put off buying it, though, because I'm going to get it for my brother, for his birthday. September's going to be expensive, so I think I'm just going to ask for it for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm using the voucher for it.
I'm using the voucher for Zelda and Pokemon. Because I'm actually going to be in Europe when Pokemon comes out.
Oh,
but I'm thinking
you're actually going to be in the Galar region.
Yeah, I will be, actually. Because we'll be the 15th. Well, the 15th will be in London. It's more like Scotland area, isn't it?
I don't know.
Maybe not London, maybe Manchester, but in the England area at least. But yeah, so I'm thinking if I pre-order it and have it preloaded, it'll just become available, so I can play it on the plane ride home. But I don't know exactly how that works. I was trying to research it and I couldn't find an answer.
I think Thomas wants to move on.
I mean, it's fine. We're talking about stuff.
Okay.
But we're done now if you want to move on. No?
Oh.
Alright, we can talk about Pokemon more.
Alright.
You didn't speak. It's your fault.
Alright. Let's move on to some news then.
Is there other news?
Yes, there are other news. Amazon trying to pull a quickie on us. Laying off dozens of game developers during E3.
Boo!
Because none of their projects have shipped yet.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they laid off dozens of employees. Amazon Game Studios, which is currently developing games Crucible and New World, which I never even heard of. Told affected employees on Thursday morning that they would have 60 days to look for new positions within Amazon. According to one person who was laid off, at the end of the buffer period, they failed to find employment, they will receive severance packages. So they're withholding their severance for 2 months. That sucks. Amazon also canceled unannounced games. The companies wouldn't say exactly how many employees it laid off, but it confirmed the news when reached by Kotaku today. Yeah, that's pretty shitty to do that while E3 is going on, and
because they know people unlike us, because we're actually good people, won't be paying attention to it because they'll be too hyped on the video games.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really sleazy.
Amazon's really good at being sleazy,
especially when they're with their employees.
Right.
Yeah. It's
the fact that they've had nothing to show since they opened their studio 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Their engine isn't really making waves, and they keep canceling games we don't even know about. Yep. But they say they're totally dedicated to making new games. They're just shifting their strategic whatever right now.
If they really wanted to get into games, they should have just started doing publishing first and just funding some stuff.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. They jump headfirst into everything.
Yeah.
We're Amazon. We can take over. Fuck y'all.
That's why they keep canceling all their shows after a season or two.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to market them, and then they think they're not doing well.
R.I.P.
Tick.
Yep. So moving on, we've got TurboGrafx 16 Mini, PC Engine Mini, and PC Engine Core Graphics Mini announced. You guys don't know what any of this is.
I know what a TurboGrafx 16 is.
Okay.
It was the only reason I know about it is because it has Castlevania Rondo of Blood on it. For some fucking reason.
Right, exactly.
Hey, we have this super popular Super Nintendo that, granted, Rondo of Blood is a little bit more powerful, has a lot more like CD audio quality music, so I probably can run the Super Nintendo, even though they had a version on it. But like, why though? Why would you? It's weird. There's no reason to buy this. Unless you grew up with one and you had one.
Yeah. It says here that the games that have been announced for it so far are R-Type, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Ys Book 1 and 2, Dungeon Explorer, and Alien Crush. I only know Ys and R-Type from this list.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they're on other things that you could...
and apparently they're going to sell like a mini... Because the thing with the TurboGrafx 16, it had Bomberman on it, and like you could have 5-player Bomberman with like a extra tap, whatever it was called, and they're going to sell a mini of that too, because of course they are.
Yeah, I think it's just the same thing, but different names in different regions.
It's PC Engine in Japan.
Yeah.
And TurboGrafx 16 here.
Yeah. The Japanese version of the console is going to have Superstar Soldier, the Kung Fu, PC Genjin, and Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Ys Book 1 and 2, and Dungeon Explorer. So,
I'd imagine, because the TurboGrafx 16, from what I know about it, the library isn't super huge.
No, it's not.
I'd imagine like 90 to 95% of the library is going to be the same for either the PC Engine or the TurboGrafx 16. But if they don't put Rondo of Blood on the TurboGrafx 16, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, why would you
get that elsewhere though? That's the thing.
Yeah,
like the games you care about exist outside of that system.
Yeah, and it's just this
is Rondo of Blood in that collection that you have or no?
No, it should be, but it's not. But you can buy it on...
There's a second one coming, though, and I think it's going to be in that one.
Oh, God, I hope... Wait, when did you hear that? I haven't heard.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't remember. There's a lot of games, man. The world's on fire.
1, and then, like, the Contra Collection, and then Castlevania Collection 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's another $20 I need to away for that shit.
But Rondo of Blood is part of the...
Symphony of the Night Collection that's on PS4 only, for some stupid reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, unless you grew up one of the few kids in the 90s who actually grew up with this, or maybe you like novelty, maybe you like the novelty consoles, but like this is it. No more. Yeah, no more mini consoles. This is it. This is as obscure as you can get. No mas.
This is the last one.
Yeah, the Genesis is gonna do the best at all of them.
It takes 8 AAA batteries because small.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would buy it if that's the case. Just buy the batteries in bulk off Amazon.
Yeah,
and then just set.
It says here, Gear of War fans may have found another Ragnarok is coming tease.
God of War?
Yeah, you said God of War. Yeah, God of War.
You said Gear of War.
You said
I did
Gears
not.
of War.
No, I did not.
You
I
did.
said God of War.
Roll the tape back.
Roll the tape back.
Roll the tape.
I said God.
Thomas editing this. I want you to know that you said Gears of War.
To quote Keanu Reeves, check this out. And then it says Thomas saying Gears of War. Yeah.
I should go play some Gears.
Yeah. Can we talk? Can we real quick mention how the Terminator was like pretty much in everything?
Yeah.
Or in a lot of things.
He was in like a Nintendo thing, wasn't he? I can't remember what it was.
There's the Ginginator, which is a Terminator spoof, so that's the technicality.
Okay.
And then there was Gears, and then he's definitely going to be in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
There was another one, I think.
Like
there was something at the Nintendo conference or whatever that there was a Terminator.
Yeah, the Ginginator. I just.
Oh, okay.
Ginginator.
Okay. I don't know.
It's Banjo's Ultimate Smash or Final Smash or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, there was something else though.
I thought it was something else. I thought it was something else as well.
I don't remember anything else. That's all I've seen. Yeah. There's a movie coming out that's probably gonna be garbage.
Yeah, probably. They all are. Actually, I like all of them. I can't say anything, but
I like the
critically they're garbage.
The first two are good.
Yeah, the first two are golden.
I eat up everything Terminator. It's don't even.
You're part of the. You're the reason why they keep fucking.
I hear the Sarah Chronicles is all right.
The Sarah Connor Chronicles is amazing. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yes.
But it's super upsetting because what ended up being the series finale is like one of the best things on TV, and we'll never get to know what happened next.
Cliffhanger? Oh, that's the fucking worst.
It's the worst cliffhanger too. Can I spoil it? It's like 5 years old. Are you guys gonna watch it?
Go ahead, fuck it,
Sure,
drop it.
Go ahead, drop it.
Okay, so the episode before the finale, they're like infiltrating the base, like basically the place where Skynet was supposed to start, and Kyle Reese gets killed. It's Kyle Reese or someone else. There's a few people.
You mean John Connor?
No, it's definitely Kyle. But okay, John Connor was the other one I was trying to think of. No, it's Kyle Reese. And then in the finale, they're like, they're mourning Kyle, blah blah blah, all this, and they end up like fixing everything, and they get basically a portal to the future, and so they go forward and back forward in time, and they meet like future Kyle Reese, who isn't dead anymore, and then it ends.
What?
Like, it's harder to explain. It's more interesting than what
He's a Terminator. There you go. I just explained it.
No, it's like the big shock. It's like, wait, how did that happen?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's this tragic thing because like Kyle Reese is the guy. You don't kill Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that it happened in like the episode before the finale. It's like, wait, they just did that? And then he comes back, and it's like, wait, they just did that? And like they're all in the future now. Like season 3 would have been like in the future, which is super cool.
Oh man.
Yeah. Because it's like the past characters in the future too. So it's like John Connor meeting John Connor potentially.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
I have a cousin named Kyle, by the way, so his name is Kyle Reese.
Oh, that's cool.
Protect him at all costs.
Yeah. But no, what were we talking about before that?
What?
What were we talking
Gears
about?
of War. We were talking about Gears of War.
God of War.
No,
God of War.
Ragnarok.
See?
No,
yeah.
you did it.
God damn it.
I didn't do it.
No,
I was trying to remember. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok. Another clue for Ragnarok. Go on.
Yeah.
Coming
to PS5.
Something. The sequel to God of War is going to be about Ragnarok. Don't spoil it. That's another thing I've been playing recently. I'm going to beat it soon. I promise.
Okay, so apparently there's like an Easter egg in some tweets. The first letter in each string of tweets by game director Cory Barlog spell out a phrase, Ragnarok is coming with a heart. So,
By the way, Barlog sounds like a God of War boss.
He sounds like a Street Fighter boss.
If you say that in Turbo, the announcer pronounces this Barlog. Like, Barlog wins!
Yep.
So, yeah. That's what it is. That's what you're thinking of.
Yep.
It's actually Balrog, but Barlog. Barlog's a better name.
All right, yeah, God of War 2. Looking forward to that.
Cool.
No, awesome. Not God of War 2. God of War 2 and then title. Don't God of War 2. I swear to God.
It'll probably be called God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That's a cool title. Yeah.
But like, I feel like no one else used that now because Thor did.
Ragnarok's a universal name. It's not
just from mythology. You could just use it.
That's the problem with using it in popular media. It becomes that thing.
Oh, people are dumbasses.
I guarantee if they call it God of War Ragnarok, everyone's going to meme it.
They're going to meme it anyways because the whole game was because of Dad Kratos. You call it Dad and Boy for a reason.
That's true. There's a lot of boy memes.
Yeah, you cannot escape memes. The meme will come whether you dad them or not.
And our last news story for today, Grandia HD Collection. Gameplay footage, screens, tons of info.
It looks so good! I can't wait to replay this fucking game.
I didn't actually look at the thing. I just saw the screenshot on the image, on the article.
I didn't look at the PS2 one. Because I don't really have... I never played that one. But looking at the Grandia 1, like, everything looks so much cleaner. Like, you can definitely tell.
I've only played 2, so I'm kind of the opposite.
Yeah, I'll play 2 first if you play 1 first. If we don't want to replay them. Because 1 is so good.
Okay. Yeah, this has like a kind of a cartoony art style almost now.
Yeah. The spray, and I love this. It still looks like the same game, just with a nice coat of paint. Which I love.
Yeah.
I hope the voice acting. I hope the
bright.
cheesiest. Yeah, I just hope the cheesiest fuck voice acting is still back, because that's what sells it.
I like it though. I will say I think Grandia 1 looks better than Grandia 2 just because that art style ages better.
Yeah, because it's like
kind of has like a Final Fantasy X vibe to it.
Yeah. Well, one is like using actual sprites in like a 3D overworld, in a quasi 3D overworld.
Right. But I really like the battle system in 2. Like the fact that you can see the order that people are attacking in and stuff.
It's the same thing in 1.
I never played 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's the same thing in 1. So it's not that much of a leap when you go back. It's probably more limiting. Movement isn't as free. I don't know, but it's the same.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously 2 looks better. Like it's a Dreamcast game. The graphics are better. Yeah. But I think the remaster of 1 looks better. If that makes sense. Like the art style holds up better. Even though graphically it doesn't look as good.
It's all about presentation, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, with that out of the way, Justin, where can the people find you?
They can find me if they look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube, and Zero Score Gaming on Twitch. I'll be back to playing Mario RPG next Thursday.
And Ben?
You can find me at twitter.com/marvelousiggy, where I'm actually not retweeting as much, anime titties because apparently people don't like that. So I learned that Twitter has a bookmark feature, so I've been putting all my porn in the bookmark feature.
Nice.
Feature?
So yeah, there's a bookmark feature. I've been putting, instead of liking everything, I just put it in bookmarks. I'm like, yeah, my personal porn page, awesome.
You're spanking.
Anyways, yeah, exactly. Hey man, if fan artists draw it, I am just replicating. People are loving it in multiple ways.
Friend.
I want a bookmark that just saves pictures of Yamper.
Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
a new Pokemon that's an electric corgi, and he's my favorite. I want to cherish him forever.
Take him to the Elite Four, baby. Anyways, but I'm going to announce here, because that way I fucking do it. I am going to be making a video on why declaring Chun-Li's candidacy for Smash Ultimate. Yes, I know she's probably not going to get in there. Yes, I know it's going to be somebody else who probably deserves it more. But I got creative vibes over it, and I want to do it. And I'm going to do it. And I just want to talk. Namely, I want to talk about Chun-Li and how she's awesome, and how I believe the First Lady of Fighting Games deserves to be in the Ultimate Fighting Game party. So, yeah, look for that before the hero releases. So, yeah, look for that before then. It's not going to be super professional, but I'm going to try to be somewhat professional. But twitter.com/MarvelSiggy for not as much anime titty art, but just the right amount.
Oh, that's great. And you can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter, CSG Thomas. Also, I'm on Twitch, Kane Plays Stuff. I play Destiny 2 and Star Wars games. And what was that?
Pretty much exclusively.
Yeah. And you can check us out here at charshot.com for audio, video, and written content. And until then, guys, enjoy your games.
Yep.
I'm just going to label this one E3 special.